Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful day today. Temperatures outside were definitely a little toasty, and you wouldn't believe it, but most of us were actually nearing 90 degrees and almost breaking record temperatures outside. But right now, you would not believe it. It is fairly nice, and temperatures right now are in the low 80s, 82 degrees here in Meridian. Feels like 80 though, and that's all thanks to this wind gusting up to 15, 20 miles an hour, currently 7 miles an hour out of the west-northwest here in Meridian. Humidity is very low, and with those gusty winds, we do have to be on an increased watch for wildfire dangers to be increasing over the coming days, especially into our weekend tomorrow. So just be very cautious of that. Dew point of 46 though is fairly low, so we really don't have to worry about any precipitation, which I know some of us don't really want to hear. But for football fans tonight, that is something that is going to be very nice, especially with temperatures dipping down to the low 70s by 7 p.m. around kickoff for most games. And then by the time that you're heading home, temperatures down into the low 60s, upper 50s. Looks like it's going to be a wonderful and clear night tonight for any plans that you might have. So definitely a night that you should get out and go do something. And into tomorrow, same story, just a little bit of a different day, a little bit cooler into our day tomorrow. So you're going to be starting off your day into the low 50s, upper 40s across the area. And as the time goes on, cloud cover does start to push into the area. No precipitation with this, and it will be fairly nice. Could help cool us off a little bit into the evening hours, but highs tomorrow will still be in the mid to upper 80s across much of Mississippi and in Alabama. The further south that you go, the higher up you could get into the maybe even the low 90s. So just be a little cautious of that. But as we look forward into roughly the overnight hours, we'll start to cool off a little bit. Plenty of cloud cover pushing throughout our day. Temperatures, like I said, into the upper 50s, low 60s around Sunday. So Sunday, not a lot of temperature variation as the clouds start to settle in. So you do want to be watching out for some fog though, just because, especially in low-lying areas on Sunday morning, that low cloud base could set up a potential threat for some dense fog at times. So just be on the lookout for that. But other than that, let's be a very wonderful weekend in terms of our weather. But one thing that we are watching for is the current drought monitor. Still an exceptional drought across much of central and southern Mississippi, and it's inching ever so close to the Meridian and Lauderdale County, and a lot of people in our viewing area are still dealing with that. So we are in need of rain. And one thing that we do not need rain from is a hurricane. Hurricane Tammy is still making its way through the Lesser Antilles, expected to gain a little bit more strength in the coming days, but thankfully pose no threat to the continental U.S., but we are going to be watching this storm as it slowly inches closer to the Leeward Islands. Here's what we saw today. High of 88, low of 58, well above our average for this time of year and almost close to our record that we set back in 2016 of 89 degrees. So close, and it's not something I really pride myself in saying. And into the next 7 days, it looks like we're going to be cooling off a little bit. And I say a little bit just because we'll still be sitting into the upper 80s, a little bit above average for this time of year, but roughly pretty close to that. I have that indication for our day tomorrow just because we do have an increased wildfire danger. So just